Hi. I this video here is a call for people who have had a near-death experience, whether clinically or during an accident or whatever. I'm writing a NDE Bible. So basically, it's kind of a new book that describes the other side and the laws of the loving force quite accurately. I'm working with other NDE, other people who've had near-death experience, and other people who have written books and have not only written books but have given speeches in large schools. And I'm working with many people who are dedicated to outreach and to help those cross over. Maybe some people who are with IANs and some people who go to hospices and hospitals. And I so far have, let's see, I so far have about 12 people, a dozen people. I would say about 3 of them have written their own books and have many, many videos out. I'd say about 2 or 3 of them also are with near-death experience organizations. And then a couple of them are professionals who have had near-death experiences and are have still remember them. And working with these 12 people, I would like to also work with a general consensus of people, as some of my friends have had knows people who have passed over, and also I know people who have had near-death experiences, just friends and maybe friends of friends. I know there's quite a few people in the world. I would like to write a near-death experience Bible. Basically, it's like a book which explains the true nature of the other side. Something that's quite concrete, something that is irrefutable, something that cannot be argued, something that is quite very, 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 I say, strict and respectable. Something far more powerful than the Christian Bible or the Quran or the Buddhist books, the Hindu books, or the Tibetan Book of the Dead is something that I find quite interesting. Something that goes past our own technology, such as anesthesiologists in hospitals know that there are around 7 levels of consciousness when they put a patient under for surgery. But to compile the truth, the very juice of the information, and to put it in a book and to distribute this to as many people as possible. But also, I wanted to create my own group. I'm not sure how that will work, but I know for sure that this book can be quite helpful. And also it can be helpful for navigating this world and this life. And maybe to grow the sensitivities and the intuition and the right type of knowledge, so that human beings can live in a world without fear. They can live in a world with the loving force. They can connect with this loving force, and they can throw the veil between life and death. They can cross that veil. They can have that bridge between the loving force. One of the scary things I want to mention is that this world is truly the world of the dead. The other side is so much more brilliant. The other side is so much more powerful. The other side has so much more loving force energy. The other side is so much more brighter. And the other side has so much more power and knowledge and the other side has so much beings that are so much spiritually advanced. It almost feels like this world, this side, is the living dead. This side is the dimension of the dead. This side are the people who are actually dead, and the people who are alive are those who have crossed over to the other side. I know this sounds very, very, very strange to many people who are listening to this now, but I know that a lot of other experiencers who have clinically died and gone over to the other side have mentioned the same thing. They wanted to either stay over there, or they found that that side was much more real, was much more real, was much, much more brighter, and much, much more clear, and much, much more powerful than this side. This side is the side where people are truly dead. This side is the side where people are truly in the darkness. This side is truly where people are in fear. The other side, there is no fear. The other side, there is no ignorance. And the other side, there is no darkness. So you can almost imagine which side is where human beings are truly, truly dead. I feel that a large population in this world are already dead in their minds and in their souls and in their spirits. They have no hope and they have no spirit. I just believe that the other side is much, much more powerful and much, much more loving and much, much more caring, and there's much, much more imagination and creation. I'm not saying that this world there's hope. This world was supposed to be a world and a dimension of light. This world is actually very, very well looked after and cared for by the loving force. This world is kind of like the dimension of a problem child. It is like the dimension of darkness, and the loving force is kind of like a loving mother that wants to really shine the loving force through this dimension to everyone. And like I said, I think that I would like to create a near-death experience Bible and distribute this and bring this into the bookstores and to bring it to people, because I am starting to connect with many, many people who have had near-death experiences. I am starting to connect with people who are very, very motivated in doing this. I am starting to connect with people who have written books. I am starting to connect with many people around the world who are very excited about making this a reality. And if they are that excited, then I am willing to at least put some effort into writing this book, co-writing this book, and to spreading this message. So if anyone out there wants to join in writing this book, the NDE Bible, the official NDE Bible is what I will call it, then just write whatever you want on the comments below, or put your own video and put it under the comments below. And I figure that the people who are working on future books on NDE can also contribute their writings and books and their research, and we'll all compile it into one NDE Bible. I want to put the first few chapters on what's very important, the next chapters on what the other side is like, and combine the other side and this world together to create something very, very fluid.